What's up, guys? In theory, this thing should be live at this point. I don't know if it is. I'm just going to have to sit back and wait. By the way, while we're waiting for it to go live, and it looks like it is recording, going to go ahead and get this out of the way. I am actually here with my eldest, and if this is disturbing her or she needs help, I will have to. You'll have to come in. See, I will have to either pause it or do it at a later date. So yeah, there is that. Hope everybody's doing well today. We are going to be talking about Discovery Episode 3, which was pretty good. I gotta admit, sorry, I'm resetting some things while I'm talking to you guys. It's actually pretty decent. What's going on, Nick Tram? I was not as disappointed as I generally expect to be. I figured that it would be a return to form when it came to Star Trek Discovery, because now we have Burnham has met back up with the crew, and this is a focused series on Burnham, so I would expect to go back to what we were seeing beforehand. We didn't, though. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. There are going to be spoilers, so if you're interested or worried about spoilers, then I would suggest not watching it or waiting till after tomorrow when it comes out for everyone. Because, yeah, I'm going to be going into it quite a bit. What am I getting an alert about? Okay. All right. So, guys, a couple things just to let you know off the bat. It honestly is... it's a soft reboot in a lot of respects. Seems like it's a soft reboot for Burnham, a big soft reboot for Burnham. It looks like they're trying to take the character in a different way, which I don't hate necessarily. And it's not a horrible idea, especially if they're wanting to shift it a little bit. So what they've done with Burnham is she's been gone for a year, and during that time, a lot of things have happened to her. So now we don't have this overly logical amalgamation that doesn't work. We have what feels like a real person, I guess. Trevor Theaker says, "How the heck do you watch beforehand, brother?" Watch beforehand. I don't know what you're talking about. It has been live in the United States for over
I think I
five or
know
six
what
hours.
he means. Watch before means watch before it comes out.
Yeah, but I mean, it has been out. You're doing your work though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if I'm disturbing you, because I'll stop if I am. Uh, so they did the soft reboot with her. She seems like a completely, well, not completely. She seems like a different person. She seems more real, more something you can really, I guess, what's the word I'm looking, empathize with. And it was nice. I agree. It was a pretty good episode. We'll get into that in a minute. AGS 1031. It was a pretty good episode. So Burnham's going around. She thought they were dead. She let them go. And all this other stuff. You can only watch it on CBS All Access if you are a United States, in the United States and Canada, I think. It'll be available in 24 hours for everyone else. So, all right, so that's Burnham, and they don't do the hero worship too much. It's interesting though, because you're watching the first 3 minutes, and she beams on the Discovery, and everyone's hugging her and saying hello. And at that point, I was like, oh God, here we go. Everybody's just so excited and in tears to see her. And I tried to step back from that, because I have to. I have to mentally tell myself to step back from the episode because of the amount of damage that it's done. And so I have to step back, and I'm like, all right, so if this was Picard or Cisco or even Janeway or, Kira Nerys, if there's something there, if it was a different person, different series, how would I feel? And I really think I would have felt touched. I think it would have been something that was, well, I wouldn't say it's emotional for me, but something I could at least appreciate. So I let that go. And I was like, all right, so that's not outside of the norm. That can be pretty Trek. There have been things like that. So, okay. If it wasn't for the first 2 seasons, I wouldn't have had an issue here. After that, uh, they it went on like an almost a normal Trek season, or not season, but episode. It went on like, hey, before you submit that, let me know, okay?
Oh, okay.
It went
I'm
on.
not even close to being done.
Okay, cool. Just let me know. It went on like I would expect, like a Deep Space Nine episode or early TNG or something like that. So even though she still had the focus a little bit, it was more an ensemble piece, which was really, really nice. Again, Discovery isn't bad. And even in season 1, season 2, it's not bad if it's ensemble. And so this was more ensemble, and they, I wouldn't say knocked it out of the park, but it was something I could watch and enjoy. So let's talk about what went on in the episode itself. Again, these are going to be spoilers for you, and we'll go from there. So you are waiting for the other shoe to drop because you don't trust them. Absolutely. Absolutely. If someone is ever mean or cruel to you and they're consistently that way, you don't trust them. Now, that's a little bit hyperbolic, but season 1 and season 2 have taught me that Discovery can't be trusted to write the type of episodes that I enjoy. Now, whether that's good or bad or they care or not is irrelevant. They can't be trusted to do it in a way that a lot of people would enjoy. And their marketing will tell you it's the way you enjoy it, but then it not be. So no, I probably won't trust them this entire season. Even if this entire season stays like this and stays pretty well done, is a decent season, I'm still probably not going to trust them all the way up until it's finished. I'm not. Now, maybe season 4, I might come in a little bit more hopeful. Let's keep moving forward. Also, nitpicking nerd, I am as surprised as you to see that there are continuity issues in a Star Trek property. I, for one, can't believe there was something in a Star Trek property that isn't consistent with the rest. So the fact that there was a drink there that wasn't around to TNG, that's crazy to me. Just insane. So let's talk about the thing in one go, all 3 hours. One thing lots of people don't pay enough attention to, though, is the audio and effects. You did cover the main highlights of it, though, but I think the audio is as key as film. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Trevor. Are you talking about the First Contact? I actually discussed that. No, I talked about effects as well as the sounds. I mean, I didn't go so looking at First Contact just to sideswipe there for a second. The point of my channel, I'm not a film channel. I mean, I enjoy film. I'll point it out, and sometimes I'll do segments that are dedicated to it, but that's not the main thrust of this channel. So if you're looking for someone to break it down to that degree from a technical aspect, I'm probably not going to be your guy. I talked about it a little bit, but not overall. Okay, so going back to Discovery, you saw a Space Negan, I saw Dead Space plasma cutters and called them phasers. Yeah, we see different things in it for sure. So, going to be talking about the plot now. Going to be hyper focusing on that for a second. Again, major spoilers, just so you're aware, so cut it off in 3, 2, 1. When we're looking at what actually occurred, they get to Earth. They're actually doing it really smart. They're coming outside of range of Earth, not just appearing right there, and then coming in like they didn't, they have been traveling for so long. And they're saying that they're from another, they're descendants of another ship. Starfleet's still there, yada, yada, yada. When they arrive on Earth, they find out that Starfleet is gone, that it's moved its headquarters, that they've started, that for whatever reason, Well, and the reason was given. It's that the Earth was consistently being attacked, just getting just destroyed because people were coming after Starfleet, and so they decided, let's move the headquarters. It's just too dangerous. The Earth created the United Defense Force, which is intriguing because it's not. They're very isolationist. They're quick to use the trigger, but it's not the Terran Empire, if that makes any sense. And a lot of people are going to get upset about that. I could write the scripts for the Fandom Menace channels. Could write them for you. I really should do that. I've been thinking about doing a parody segment where it's just me, Fandom Menace. I could write it for you. But Earth has now decided that they don't. They want to be left alone. They have a defense grid and the ability to attack from the planet. An interesting piece there. There weren't a lot of ships around, like defense ships, and I wonder if that's on purpose. I wonder if they get attacked so much, it's that they're just not willing to risk it. Now, let's address something that Nitpicking Nerd came up with, because I completely disagree with this, and I think, and nitpicking, I mean this in the greatest, and I mean this in a very. Your idea is toxic. The way you came from is toxic, but I understand how you got there because, again, it comes back to the season 1, season 2. But where you went with it, I think, is unreasonable. So Nitpicking Nerd said, Earth becoming xenophobic is basically a complete 180 from Roddenberry's vision of an enlightened humanity. There is no evidence that Earth has become xenophobic at all. Xenophobic means when you don't like anyone that's not you. So, like in science fiction, if there's other aliens, you don't like those aliens. You only like humans. Okay?
That makes sense because they might want to hurt you.
It could. Watch. Now, here's the piece to that. They're not xenophobic. They're isolationist, and they're trigger happy. That's two different things. Also, Gene Roddenberry had some horrible ideas. Even Doomcock himself said that Gene Roddenberry really didn't do Starfleet anything. So Gene Roddenberry, also, I'm not convinced that was Gene Roddenberry's ideal. But anyway, I wouldn't rely on Gene Roddenberry. Now, talking about that, they're not xenophobic. They don't trust anyone. They don't trust anyone. Doesn't matter if you're human or not. They just don't trust you. If you're not a part of Earth, if you're not with them, then they're just assuming that you are against them. That's different from xenophobic. In fact, the United Earth Defense Force, whoever they were interacting with, they were actually pretty civil and understanding, and even letting people on their planet. They're not xenophobic, they're just scared. So it's an important distinction. It is an extremely important distinction that you need to take a look at. I'll say this, I understand why you say that, though, because I think season 1, season 2 Discovery would absolutely have made them xenophobic. But they're not. And so I would suggest you take another look at it and go look at it from that. Look at it from try to be unbiased. Nitpicking Nerd says they even abandon other colonies in the same solar systems, their fellow humans. Now that is, I think, legitimate. The fact that they became isolationist. But, and I'm going to say this. I'm not... Like, and it's not you nitpicking. I'm just talking in general. This is not Legacy Trek. And just so we're aware, Gene Roddenberry wouldn't have been a fan of 80% of Legacy Trek. I dare say 90%. This is not Legacy Trek. This is something new. This is all hope is gone and they're trying to restore hope, not hope is always there and it's the pinnacle. If you're going into it looking for that, then I would honestly suggest not watching the series. Now, nitpicking, you may be doing it for what you do for your channel and stuff. But just overall, if you're going into it hoping that they're going to return it to Legacy Trek. It's just not going to happen. It's just not.
I guess he's right. I've never watched it.
If it all changes in the end of the season, I'd be okay with all this. Yeah, I don't think they're going to return it. I think they'll... it looks like they're going Andromeda. I think they'll return a segment of it. Maybe Earth will come back into the fold, but I do not think that they will go that way, you know? So, you have the United Defense Force, which is basically Earth. Earth standing on its own. It's leaving colonies to die. They're so scared of who could come after them that they don't trust anybody. Dilithium is at a premium too, so they can't really afford to go anywhere. And honestly, I think that's an interesting way. Why you always got to stream in the middle of my workout? Because I don't want you to get healthy. I want you to look at like me the rest of your life.
No, that is not why. He wants to make money to keep us fed.
That is true.
Why.
I do want to make money to keep them fed. That is the ultimate goal. So, oh man, both of you guys sidetracked me. What was I talking about? It's an interesting work, baby. I'm gonna have to stop if you don't work.
I've gotten 2 sentences done.
You got 2 sentences done. It's been like 10 minutes. Do work.
No, I mean while you were talking just then.
Okay, well, keep working. Well, Trek Culture, to be fair, clickbait title. To be fair, if there's any channel that is clickbait, especially in the Star Trek fandom, you'd know. So I will definitively, I will yield to the subject matter expert of clickbait. So Trek Culture definitely has it. So it's an interesting concept. You don't have a lot of dilithium, so you can't really go anywhere. Using dilithium's at a premium. So if you want to travel through space, it's going to cost a lot, right? And so for the most part, you're going to have to stay in your own little area. You're going to have to just be a part of a small section. And anyone who comes by is going to try to steal your dilithium. That's, I don't hate that idea. That's interesting to me. If it wasn't Star Trek, I would be all for it. I would think that would be an interesting world to write for. Even in Trek, I think it's an interesting world to write for. I'd be curious what your guys' thoughts are for those who have seen. Howard Gleason, the Howard Gleason is here. Welcome. Thank you, Trek. By the way, guys, I'm just messing. Trek Culture is actually a really good channel. I enjoy them. I know some people have said they're not good for YouTube or for Star Trek, our thing, but I like them a lot. No offense, but I'm 6'3" and 175 pounds. It's going to take a lot to be unhealthy on that level. As unhealthy as me, R. McDudd?
Yep.
Is that what you just said? Go ahead and confirm that for me. Keep working. I want to confirm that real quick. The insect-looking alien turns out to be human. Was kind of silly. Why hide this from Earth, and why not just ask Earth for help? They see this is what makes me really intrigued. One second. Let's see. Put user in 300-second timeout. There it is. Everyone say bye to R. McDudd for 300 seconds. So, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. With you and child number 1 here. Nitpicking, they addressed that, actually. You were talking about, well, why didn't they just show that they're humans? They sent a ship for help, and it got attacked. And after it got attacked, why would you want to help? See, I don't know why you're doing the Discovery defense here. If someone attacks you, they're not your friend. I don't know why you think the Vulcans trying to be friends with the Klingons was a good thing or was super-de-duper, which is what Discovery tried to tell us before they attacked first. I don't know why you're being such a Discovery Season 1 apologist, but let me say this. They tried to send for help. It got attacked, and And then they're like, all right, screw it, we're pirates now. That actually happens in the real world, believe it or not. That happened in the real world. What is it? What is and it's a lot more nuanced than this, I know. But like the deep, devastating piracy that we're seeing on where is it? I forget. There was a country that their economy just failed, and they asked for help from the world, and the United States and everyone said, not our problem. So they became pirates on Earth. This is actually happening on Earth right now as we're talking. So it's not unreasonable for a ship to come to want to get help from an Earth colony that had been isolated. It gets attacked, and the Earth colony is like, you know what? Done. We're gonna go. You know what? Done. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to steal as much as we can. Obviously, nobody cares about us. So if nobody cares about us, why should we care about nobody else? I think it's Somalia. And again, I get that it is a lot more nuanced than that, but that is something that occurred, and I get it. It's not 1-to-1 because real events are more nuanced. But yes, I think it was Somalia. For all intents and purposes, a lot of them became pirates because they couldn't feed their families. And we had the chance to help them out, and we didn't. And so now we're here. I do think they're going to Andromeda, though. I think the United Defense Force will return. I think they will return, and again, Earth will lead that charge. So nitpicking, as much as you don't like it, I won't be surprised if humanity once again helps reform the Federation. Where would the HQ go? I don't know that they're going to do the original 4. I'd be really, really surprised if it was on. They might, but I'd be surprised if it was on Vulcan, Telluride, or Andoria. I think they're going to try to give it to someone else. I would love it if that did it. Earth's fleet will arrive in the end of the season to save the day with the descent of Riker on the flagship, and they could all be the same ship. I would be okay with that. Well, it's all the way over and not America. It's horrible. It's true. It's true. That's how global politics work right now. I don't think it's going to be on Andoria. I'd love to. Actually, believe it or not, here's the thing. This is a soft reboot now. This is a soft reboot. Guys, just let it go. We can enjoy it. So you can look at me and type on that screen at the same time as what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing, madam? Madam. Come give me a hug. I know. Is this disturbing you? Are you getting work done?
Yeah.
Is it really slow?
No, I'm just getting a little distracted.
Okay, because of what I'm doing?
Yeah, but I have gotten 2 sentences done while you were talking. See?
We're still on 2 sentences or 2 more sentences?
2 more sentences.
Wow. Okay. I won't stay on that long then. So keep doing it.
But I don't mind.
Yeah, but I do if you're not getting your work done. So if you can't focus, just let me know. It's okay. You're not in trouble or anything. It's just we gotta move through things. So I may be getting off soon. So, and I'll just do these later at night. Fed HQ is on Risa. That would make sense. So here's my piece with it when it comes to this. It's a soft reboot now. It is. They have changed things around. Yeah, for those who don't know, actually, there was and don't say anything, okay? There was a case of COVID where, and if you're not on Twitter, you're not, you don't know what's going on because I shared this on Twitter. There was a confirmed case at at her school, and so they've sent like half the school home. So she's actually in the studio with me right now. So that's why she's here. And she just got done with her first Zoom class, and so now is doing homework. Anyway, this is a soft reboot when it comes to Trek. It's a soft reboot of Discovery or Trek itself. So it really is, in essence, like JJ Trek. So you can just, if you can let it go, if you can be okay with that, then it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. Like, my problem with Discovery at this juncture is the hyper focus on one character. And because it's a hyper focus on one character, they make that character superhuman. Like a superhuman in a sea of superhumans. So, if they don't do that, then really they have an open case to write what they'd like. Now, the problem in that, again, this is a good episode. I think most people would have loved it if this was not Trek. So let's talk about this Gene Roddenberry's ideal. Let's talk about it not meeting the spirit of Trek. So, R. McDudd says, my problem with Discovery is, and I'll get to that in just a second. My problem with Discovery is that it is not one character in the whole show that I like. Wow, I guess if you are super healthy and like making fun of people who have troubles with their weight, have troubles with their health, then you can't enjoy good media, and that you're really just living a sad existence. If you can't like Tilly and you can't like Saru, I doubt that there is a God, because lack of God is the only reason someone couldn't like that good reading, that good of writing. So it's just horrible, R. McDudd. All right, so let's talk about, by the way, thanks for supporting the channel. The daughter of yours is going to be bigger brained than all of us, I hope. All right, so let's talk about Gene Roddenberry's ideal. Let's talk about how this doesn't fit with Trek itself. First off, Gene Roddenberry's ideal is season 1, season 2 of TNG. Gene Roddenberry hated Wrath of Khan. Gene Roddenberry hated Undiscovered, what the hell is it, man? Y'all making me stupid. Star Trek. Undiscovered Country, I think? That doesn't sound right, though. Yeah, Undiscovered Country. Why does that sound right?
It sounds like a movie.
It is a movie. Star Trek Undiscovered Country. He didn't like... there was a lot of things he was against. And he was hyper amorous, we'll say. And wanted things that really would have made it so it can't have been on TV. One of the writers, I forget which writer it was, but one of the writers said the one thing Gene Roddenberry was good at was stealing other people's ideas. Or no, taking credit for other people's ideas. Honest to God truth. So, I'm not worried about what Gene Roddenberry would have wanted. I'm just not. But, let's look at Legacy Trek. Let's look at the spirit of Star Trek. Yes, Howard Gleason, I am not going to say anything else given what I've told you right in the past in current company. So, yes. And we're going to get to that, Patrick. Let's talk about Gene Roddenberry's idea. So, how come the Dominion War, to go with where Patrick was going, Best of Both Worlds, The Year of Hell, trying to think, the Xindi War. How can these things be legacy Trek, be okay, and yet people are really worried about Discovery and the way Discovery has gone? What's the difference? So if I had to define the differences, right now, Discovery Season 3 is on par with Legacy Trek. Hear me out about this. You're wondering what the word is. Oh. Hold on. We all got to help out. We got to help out our boy know what that word means. There it is. So, hear me out on this. The point of all of the Legacy episodes that I pointed out, Best of Both Worlds, Dominion Wars, Xindi War, Year of Hell, especially Year of Hell. Especially Year of Hell. They have people who are. They have people who are. Sorry, someone said something wholly inappropriate. They have people who are coming from a place of integrity, who want to do what's best, who are the best of the best, and want to bring their ideals forward. They are people who have morals, though they might break them if they have to win. And they have people that you can respect. Discovery Season 3, Episode 1, 2, and 3. Not so much Episode 1, but it's still there. Has the same feel and the same spirit as Legacy Trek, I think. For the moment, at least. Someone said something that was wholly inappropriate. It has a crew that doesn't know where they are. They're foreigners in a strange land and a strange time, and they're wanting to restore an ideal. And I really think that they do a pretty decent job. You see that Earth and one of its colonies were fighting. They're now talking. They're now open to trading. And so, honestly, again, I think it returns back to the ideals themselves. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm a little bit off my game here, but this is a new way of doing things. There wasn't really any parts in it that I hated all that much either. I think that they presented some interesting pieces. The introduction of the new character, and spoilers in 3, 2, 1. A human with a trill inside of her is kind of is an interesting piece, I think. I don't know. That'd be my thoughts. Titan is a Saturn moon, yet Earth lost contact with him. Yeah, Cerstus, they did. It's showing how isolationist they are. Confusing Titan alien helmets to hide them are human. Why? So MCRN, we kind of discussed this before. What occurred was when the dilithium self-destructed, Starfleet decided to leave Earth because Earth was just getting pounded, or they were afraid they were going to get pounded. They wanted to defend Earth because everyone was going to come to try to take out the Federation. So now Earth had to stand on its own. You have very little dilithium. You can't go anywhere. Everyone who comes tries to attack you. And so Earth's colony, Titan, comes out and says, hey, we need some help. Earth misunderstands that, fires and destroys them. And Titan says, one of the colonies says, okay, they obviously don't trust us. They obviously want to hoard all of it. They don't want to help us out. Let's go to piracy. Now, why would they want to hide that they're human? Oh, I'm not sure. The capital planet of the Federation has nothing but humans on it, and people are wanting to take over or take all of the Federation or Starfleet stuff. I have no idea why one would want to hide who they are if someone would instantly attack them for being that. That's so strange.
He's telling you why.
That's so weird. How far are you done with your work?
Oh, just about 2 or 3 more sentences and I'm golden.
And then you'll need me to take a look at it?
Also, I found a little touchscreen at the bottom.
Yeah, it's not bad science writing. Even at Impulse, you could check on Titan. Why would you if you're getting constantly attacked? If you're becoming isolationist, you're going to give up your colonies. So why would they even check up on them when they want to make sure that the home planet is not going to be destroyed? I'm sorry, but if the United States was under such threat that it had to use all of its resources to protect the mainland, I really doubt that the Philippines are going to be top on the list. I really think they're going to be more worried about California or Washington State or any of the other states versus Philippines. I'm sorry. I think that's the way it's going to go. So it's not unreasonable that they're like, good luck. I just don't. I think we're looking for looking for that. I don't know. They should just say time passed. They've said over 800 years have passed, brother. Over 100 years since Starfleet left. I think you're looking... Philippines isn't a colony anymore, but I get your point. Yeah, I still mean Philippines. Even if it's not a colony, I still mean Philippines. I don't think they... it's a protectorate or something like that, right? I don't think they'd defend the Philippines if the mainland was under attack. I just don't. Dude, even with radio signals, you could reach Titan with some lag. Okay, that's fine. Rambling Johnny. I'm not completely sure how that at any point goes back from what I was saying. I don't see it. 12 sentences per hour. Jim understands my plight. I mean, even if they could reach out to Titan, which I'm sure they could, I could see them. I could see them. Even if they could reach out, which, as we said, we could. I could see them saying, "We're not interested." Didn't Titan say they lost long-range communications? They could have. I mean, most everybody is broke. I mean, all of the technology. It is Warhammer 4K technology-wise. Everything is breaking. Not only they're climbing up, they're turtling. The United Defense Force, Earth, is turtling. Anybody that comes up, they activate shields, and they say they're going to blow you out of the sky. First off, long-range communications could have been cut off. I mean, it's not that close. They can't just... So they can't do this. They can't go up in a ship, get like a tin can and put some string, really long string, and then throw it out the porthole and hope to God that it gets there. So there's that. But second off, if they became isolationist, that also explains it. Because they could just not be listening, especially if they're more worried about defending. Yeah, and to that point, Ima says the UED, the United Earth Defense Force captain, even told Saru not to open a channel. They're not talking to anybody. They don't care. They just don't want to get attacked. They don't want to die. They're more worried about defending themselves than doing anything else. If Discovery just gave Spore Tech to Earth, it would enable it to restart Starfleet. I don't know that they're interested in restarting Starfleet. They even said that. It's like, why? So Earth isn't a part of Starfleet? They're like, why would we be? We're defending ourselves. Expecting people that far into the future to be even checking for radio waves would be silly. Well, Titan probably had more advanced things than radio waves. I just don't think they're interested. And I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people are making it. I really don't. Everyone keeps saying just make more spore drives, but who would pilot them? I mean, that is a good point. I couldn't think others could, though, I think, right? I don't know. I'm going to be ending it soon. The transworms can move faster than light. How could the transworms move faster than light? They have other ways of moving. They have other technology, but it's just not as good as warp drive, and I think there are other issues with it. No, Stamets is the only one so far. Well, why, though? I mean, could they use others, I think? Space magic can do anything, that's true. Never made sense how no one else in the whole galaxy ever discovered the Spore network. Well, yeah, so now we're going into Discovery Season 1, and I'll completely agree. Discovery Season 1 makes absolutely no sense, breaks all kinds of canon, and is just really bad writing. So if we're going back and talking about that, I'll agree. My only problem with Season 3 has been the burn. Well, I assume they're going to tell us. Season 3, Episode 2, with really good until Burnham showed up. I don't think that hurt it too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just one of those weird ones. Why not just use the hyperspace lanes, says Howard Gleason. Talk to you later, R. McDudd. They should use hyperspace lanes, I agree. Took me a second to get that. That's a Star Wars reference. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I want to try something real quick. Hold on. Tell me if you guys see anything since I'm here. Alright, tell me if anything just popped up. If it did, great. They're trying to be Twitch, and so they got a couple of things going on Twitch-wise. Did it say ad time? Did it stop? Did you guys get an ad? Because that's funny if you did. Oh, they're going straight Twitch, boys. They're going straight Twitch. Oh, man. I can now run ads with you people. That's crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, if you're on premium, it probably didn't come up. And some people won't either. Going straight Twitch. I don't mind it either, as long as it's not abused. So... honestly, the more I think about it, I'm not sure I was supposed to use that. That maybe I'm in a program where they add stuff, and I'm not supposed to talk about a lot of it. What's going on, beautiful? You done?
Yep.
What do you want to tell these people about before we get off? You want to say anything else? Yeah, we walked in. So for those who know, I have a studio. I have an office and other places. And we walked in to work with, and other companies have offices and studios here too. She walked in like this. Said Happy Halloween.
Yeah. Also, don't question it. It's Happy Halloween. Who said that? They're correct.
Honestly, don't know where they're taking the story this season. I don't know either. I'm becoming somewhat excited about it. Honestly, I'm actually getting into it. By this century, they should have transwarp, beaming, gateways, etc. Discovery is able to withstand their weapons even without any upgrades. So them taking, I think it was quantum torpedoes? They took 2 quantum torpedoes. It completely destroyed their shields, and it hurt, but you're right. I feel like it would have destroyed it. So you have anything to say before we get off?
No, but you need to be a cat. It would be good for fan service.
For fan service? I don't think me being a cat is fan service.
I don't know what fan service is.
Well, fan service is like when you do something specifically for the fans. It's something that they want to see.
Well, this is because they wanted you to put on them unicorn hat at one point. They'd like you to dress up in weird stuff.
Say it's Cat Reloaded. Yeah, well, that's my other thing.
Say Cat Reloaded in the comments, please.
One second. It didn't just destroy their shields. It hit their shields and hurt the ship. But I think it should have destroyed it. And they said for candy? Oh, to get you candy. I didn't know. That's not my woman of the night name. They're saying Cat Reloaded. See?
Yay! Everyone say Cat Reloaded and say your costume.
All right, guys. I think we are going to get off now. I gotta read and make sure work was done correctly.
It was.
Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And gonna see you guys on the next Lore Reloaded.
And little Lori.
She can't see you. Say here.
And little Lori.